issues that are most important to our community. And dear Lord, we ask for encouragement. We ask for guidance. And dear Lord, we just pray that you be with us in every decision that we make. And dear Lord, just help us to be good stewards of all the many blessings you've given us. That's in the holy name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have one item that's been deferred on our agenda for tonight. It's item number 4 under first readings. And I'd like to have a motion that we correct the agenda with the deferral of that item.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Wallace to defer item 4 under public hearing on first readings. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. We have 4 people that have signed up for public participation tonight. I'd like to refresh everybody's memory on the way we do that. When you come up, I'll call your name, and when you come up, just please state your name and your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to talk about the item you're interested in. The time will be on the screen behind us, so you can kind of keep up with where you are with your time. So we'll start with Glenda Morris. Also, some of you may not have been here before, but the acoustics in this room are somewhat suspect, so you have to speak up forcefully into the mic. Thank you. Ms. Morris, anytime.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Keep, pull, yes, there you go. That may help, and you have to get really close to it.
Mm-hmm. Why not cut it off, cut it up, put it in rail cars, and haul it off from the Plant Hammond location? It makes no sense to be hauling this metal over to be cut up right behind our houses. Two of our neighbors are no more than 200 feet away from this project. There's going to be metal dust that's flying in the air, asbestos, because asbestos was used in Plant Hammond to cool every pipe in there. There is arsenic, cadmium, mercury, all of that. That's going to be on that metal. It can't be cleaned completely. And again, I say, why bring it from that location to Lindale? Cut it up just to be hauling it off again. We don't understand that. If anybody could tell us why.
No, I don't think that we have any understanding of what's going to be done there, except the fact that it does meet the present zoning for the property. And so we'll be glad to look in, after we hear from you, and I think there are others that want to talk to, we'll be glad to look into everything that you've said, but I don't know that we have any answers for you on this sort of thing right now.
Well, as I said, we don't understand why. It should be able to be cut up there, put in rail cars. Somebody said maybe it's because of the trucking traffic. Well, there's a rail. It could be put in rail cars and hauled off instead of trucked to Lindale.
Thank you.
If everyone is planning to speak, if you'll leave your information, contact information, email, I will get some information from our economic development director out to you. I know there's a couple more that can speak, and that's fine. But if you'll leave your information in the back of Amy, I will get you some information and have someone reach out on what's going on.
Thank you. Next is Bill Adams.
Good evening. You hear me okay? I don't want to cover anything she's already covered because that's probably the most important part of it is the health aspect and, you know, the dangerous chemicals that could be released from the metal. The problem I have is the lack of transparency with the project because I'm sure some of you were not familiar with the project. We weren't either until just maybe a week ago, and that's the problem for us. You know, we've called the, you know, planning and development, and they said it's pretty much, you know, they've already purchased the property. And I did some searches, and I could not find any information. You know, every other project that they've done in the industrial park, F&P, Pirelli, Sunrise Manufacturing, Southeastern Mills, or Summit Foods, there's been disclosures about the purchase price for the property, you know, how many, you know, acres, how many employees they're going to have, their investment in the community, and there's nothing at all with Bordeaux Metals coming here other than to use the land. And from what we understand, the county can buy it back from them when they're finished with the land. But what are they going to leave behind for the rest of us to deal with? They're going to be going back to Tennessee. And that's really the only, you know, thing I can add that she hasn't covered right away. Y'all have any questions of me? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will, as Mr. McCord has said, we will, if you just make sure you leave us. I think I've got some of it here, but if you check with us before you leave, make sure we've got the contact.
Yeah, your email address is particularly.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Doug Barker.
I come to speak to you about a property at 3890.
Doug, if you give us your name and your address.
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry.
It's all right.
I knew you could hear me. My name's Doug Barker. I live at 23 Ben Oak Trail in Northwoods in Armurchie. And I'm here about a property at 3898 Martha Berry Highway for a possible pouring license. About a year ago, this property had signs out there that said they're going to apply for a pouring license. I checked y'all's agenda diligently. It never seemed to come up. So I had taken up a petition, and I felt I owed it to these people that I talked to bring these concerns to you. I have, and I'll present to you signatures from 143 people, and we asked all of them. It's been a while now. I forget if I asked if they were registered voters or if they were eligible to vote. I think I asked them if they were eligible to vote. But I have the signatures of 143 people that said, we don't want a pouring license for this location. It's difficult really to kind of discuss this location because there's no sign out there. They've gone by various names on Facebook like Ultra Blaze, or in the police records you'll see Pub 229, but there's no sign out there. And I see some of y'all looking at each other. This is the gold-roofed building right next to Pasquale's in Armurchie.
What'd you say the address was?
3898.
Okay, we're familiar with what you're talking about. There's one on our agenda. That's-
Yeah, it's not that
that's-
one.
Okay.
They're asking for a takeout license. Once I read the history of this location, you'll understand.
We're familiar, but go ahead.
Well, I plan to read it. The commission rules allow for the consideration of a location's history when considering a pouring license. Oh, shoot. 1 second.
They were true, yeah. 3889.
Yeah.
They said 3898.
I have
Yeah.
references to police reports for every single thing I'm reading here. See my time? 25 seconds. Oh, good Lord. There's been numerous responses for loud noises. At one time, 18 responding officers had to respond. They recovered a stolen gun in possession of, a felon in possession of a stolen gun. He had $7,000 in cash on him. His partner had $492 in cash on him right down the road. There are numerous noise violations, most of them at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is a list of the responses. Police respond to that address, and I had to update it. And I also spoke to, and they are only open usually 2 to 3 days a week, plus a couple holidays. So to rack up this many police responses is pretty significant. At that time, when all of this was going on, I spoke to the chief of the drug task force, and she said that location is an area of interest for her. I apologize for going over my time.
That's okay. Thank you very much. We now know where you're talking about, and we're familiar with the site, so.
And we believe they withdrew their,
Yeah,
there's no current
And
application.
that's why I brought it down. I had told these 143 people that I was going to appear, but my concern was that I would miss it on the agenda on the website. And I felt I had an obligation to fulfill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did make a copy of this, but I'd like to present this to somebody.
Just leave it with the- yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last speaker is, I'm having a little trouble reading the name, but Lester. You're going to help me with your name. I can't read it on here.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
My name is Leszek Jeski. I moved from Boston, Massachusetts back in 1985, 38 years ago. Purchased the property and the trail, which is a beautiful place, close to the city. But a wooden area, quiet, safe. Been living here for 38 years. The start problem with the FNP start building the industry to make develop. There was a lot of banging, noise, ruined a lot of people Thanksgiving. That time, that was 2005, if I don't mistake it. Right now, I just see somebody make the marking on my back property. I go to the development center, try to find out what's going on. They tell me they're going to take the plant apart and they're going to do some more dismantling, I think, here. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be no environmental destruction. But right now, it's hard to live by. My wife is nurse. She worked 12-hour shift in hospital. When she get back home, 7 o'clock, you can hear noises like this. I mean, this is from my bedroom. It is annoying. Nobody can sleep. I don't know how other people dealing with this. Maybe they go to work and they're not affected as much. But when I'm paying the property taxes and I live in community like this, I'm expecting to be able to rest after hard work. And that's what I'm bringing the concern to it. This community has been here before they start making this industry as a heavy industry, okay, from the light industry. It's a different. Light industry is no noises, no disruption. And I'm just surprised why they make the F&P on this side of the road instead from the Highland College. They have big space down here. They didn't make anything down here. They just put everything next to the people where they live. And it's still distraction from F&P. And now, I don't know what's going on down here, but when they're cutting the tree for us 3-4 weeks, it's invisible to live. I don't know if anybody of you people been living in an area like this, and they have noises constantly going on and on. I think this has to stop. I mean, we cannot live like this. If the county is not going to help us, maybe we have to take some lawyer and make a lawsuit, because it's no other way to live that way. This is residential area, and before they come here, they knew it's people going to be affected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When any of you that have spoken tonight, with the exception of Doug, because we know he stated what he was doing and so forth and speaking for people, when you leave, if you don't mind, if you stop back at the back table, make sure Ms. Dawkins back there has your correct name, phone number, and your email address so that maybe we can help respond to some of these things and give you some answers. But thank you very much for being here and for speaking. We appreciate that. Our next item of business is to approve the minutes or any additions or corrections to our minutes from our August 23rd meeting. Hearing and seeing none, those stand approved as submitted. We have special recognition tonight, and I'm going to ask, I believe Frank Cronin is here, if you would come up, and anybody that you want to bring with you, we welcome that, and we appreciate and excited about your this recognition.
I just want to, on behalf of Mr. Long, our warden, I want to thank the commission for recognizing our counseling staff who's standing behind me. This is the second year in a row they've earned a state award of excellence in counseling, and they basically beat everybody in the state of Georgia, which is unprecedented, unheard of. In a prison setting, what counseling does keeps us all safe. And if you don't mind, just for a minute, I've got their chief. This is Chief High. She's our chief counselor, and I'll let you speak a little bit.
Yes, I would love to toot our horn because I'm so proud of our staff and all the work that we put in. But to be able to come as a county camp and come out with the numbers we have in comparison to the prisons in the state of Georgia, we're very proud of what the staff, what we work together, our security staff, facility as a whole, because it is making a difference in the offenders that are going back out into the society, having programs, being prepared with a lot of documents and things that they are able to come back in, and we're able to help them in more ways than we have before. We also won the award for the most GED testing in the state of Georgia as well. So I want to commend our educator, Ms. Gilmer, who's also part of care and treatment. We have our counselors as well as care treatment staff as a whole, our support staff that we just want to commend, and we thank you for the recognition.
Thank you. I'd love for each one of you to introduce yourselves, if you don't mind, or you can do it for them.
Counselor Philip Skeen, been there 15 years. Been a counselor for, I can't count the house, 7 of them. And I run programs, multifunctional officers, what they call it. Thank you.
I'm Christina Oliver. I'm the senior counselor at Floyd County Prison. I've actually been there for 11 years, and we have a wonderful staff.
I'm Miranda Morgan. I'm the A&O counselor. I do our intake. I've been with the county for 4 years. I've been in counseling for 3.
My name is Counselor Weaver. I switched over to Floyd County from Hayes like 3 years ago. I do disciplinary procedures and sometimes backup programs.
My name's Tina Harden. I've been with the prison ever since April 2013. I'm the records clerk, pretty much file everything, and I also do scanning for the vital documents, top step packet.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
We have one proclamation tonight, which is on Constitution Week. I'm going to ask Commissioner Waters if she will do that, and I believe Linda Easterwood may be here to, if you are, I'd like for you to come up, and anybody else that's with you.
Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government and a republic dedicated to rule by law. And whereas September 17th, 2022 marks the 235th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate it. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore be it resolved that the Rome City Commission and the Floyd County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23 as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties. And I believe the mayor signed this last night, and then our chair, Wright Bagby, signed it tonight. So we'll turn the microphone over to y'all. You want to introduce yourselves? Okay, thank you.
I'm Maggie Euler. I'm part of the DAR. I'm a member.
I'm Jody Flournoy, part of the DAR. My name is Linda Easterwood, and I'm the current regent of Xavier Chapter here in Rome. We're 131 years going. We've chartered 131 years ago last July. I wanted to read to you just a brief explanation why we're here. In 1955, the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution petitioned Congress with a resolution to set aside September 17th through the 23rd, dedicated for the observance of Constitution Week. The annual celebration was established and signed into law by President Dwight D. Eisenhower on August 2nd, 1956. Thank you very much for recognizing this, and it's one of the things the 3 minutes we're given is a constitutional right. We have the right to speak before our elected officials. Thank you for providing that opportunity and also for recognizing Constitution Week.
Thank you very much. We appreciate what you do. Our next portion of business is our first readings tonight. No action will be taken, but this is a first reading. I'm going to ask Art if he would read these. He is our Director of Planning here in Rome and Floyd County. And there will be 3 because item 4 was deferred to a later date. So Art, if you would read those, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. The first item that we have is file number Z220902, which is requesting rezoning from community commercial to suburban residential for property located at 4462 Calhoun Highway, Rome. That's Floyd County Tax Parcel M11X117. The planning staff recommends approval, and the planning commission had a unanimous recommendation of approval. The second item is file number Z220903, which is requesting rezoning from community commercial to agricultural residential for property at 3008 Alabama Highway in Rome, Floyd County tax parcel G13W299. The planning staff recommends approval, and the planning commission had a unanimous recommendation of approval as well. Mr. Chairman, the last item that planning staff offers is file number SUP 220902, which is requesting a special use permit for a residential development for the developmentally disabled for property at 2277 Martha Berry Highway, Mount Berry, Georgia, also listed at Berry Hill Road, Rome, Georgia, and it's currently zoned agricultural residential. Floyd County tax parcel is H11003. The planning staff recommends approval, and the planning commission had a unanimous recommendation of approval as well, and the planning staff would just respectfully request that those remain on the agenda in 2 weeks' time for a public hearing.
Thank you very much, Art.
Yes, sir, thank you.
The public hearing on these items will be held at our September 27th meeting. So if anyone here is listening that has a dog in the fight on these issues, please come to the 27th meeting.
Art, I have one question, if you might answer on that number 3. Was it the entire parcel? That was a very large parcel that was identified. Was it the entire parcel that they wanted to rezone?
On number 3 for
the Berry?
No, sir. There will be a portion that that has been set aside for the project, but not, I believe, the entire parcel. There's a square portion, and we'll have those exact dimensions for the commission, but it will be a portion of the property that I believe is being negotiated between Berry and the family that is wanted to request the project.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
We have no second reading or public hearings tonight, except for one public hearing, which is to adopt an ordinance of the County Commission of Floyd County, Georgia, regarding the closure of a portion of 3 Mile Road. Our rules for a public hearing are that we will open the public hearing. Those wishing to speak in favor will have up to 10 minutes cumulative to speak. Those wishing to speak in opposition will have up to 10 minutes to speak. At that point, we will close the public hearing, and we will look for a motion from someone on the commission for action on this item. So we will now open the public hearing for the closure of a portion of 3 Mile Road, and I would ask if there's anyone here to speak in favor of this proposal. Seeing none, is there anyone here to speak in opposition? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and I will ask for a motion from someone on the commission.
Make a motion to approve.
That was a simulcast, so I'm going to choose one of you. I'm going to choose Ms. Wallace for the motion and Mr. Maxey for the second on the approval of the proposal. Is there further discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We have one resolution tonight, and this is one of our favorite things that we're glad to do. This is adopt a resolution declaring certain property of the county unserviceable and authorizing the transfer of said property to the Rome Floyd County Land Bank Authority. This parcel is Smith Avenue, parcel 116X-039. We're very proud of what our land bank is doing, is getting properties back on the tax rolls. So is there a motion on this resolution?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Waters, second by Commissioner Maxey to approve this resolution. Is there further discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. I have nothing to report tonight. Does any commissioner have anything they'd like to report from any of their committees or assignments? Hearing none, Mr. McCord, do you have anything?
No, sir, no report.
Thank you. Ms. Harmon, anything from the attorneys?
No report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, may I back up? We did, I'm sorry, I did have one item I forgot. Late last night at the Elections Board, the Elections Board unanimously recommended a sole finalist for the election supervisor position, and her name is Aiken Bailey. We have since followed up with a press release. It'll go out later this evening, and I just wanted to make that note for the record. There'll be a 14-day period, and then we can consider employment contract at our next meeting if we choose to do so.
Thank you very much. Ms. Elrod, is the consent order, agenda in order?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it is.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hancock, second by Commissioner Waters to approve the consent agenda. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
There is no old business to come before us. We have 4 items of new business, and I'll ask Mr. McCord if he'll lead us through those discussions.
Yes, sir. Item 1, consider recommendation from purchasing to approve additional items and approve amendment to previous requests regarding the 911 office renovation in the amount of $90,215. This will include a reduction in the budget of $156,565. For these additional items will be budgeted using the reallocated funds from GL account number 319-639-66-121-6002.
Thank you. Do I have a motion on item 1?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wallace, second by Commissioner Waters to approve item 1. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 2 is also a SPLOST project. Consider recommendation from purchasing to award the bid of a purchase of Floyd County Prison and Work Release Center inmate management software to Eagle Advantage Solutions in the amount $63,810. This line item has a cost savings of $160,670 and will be budgeted using 2017 SPLOST funds.
Thank you. Is there a motion on item 2?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Hancock to approve item 2. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 3, consider request from Facilities Management for a budget amendment in the amount of $15,000 to cover expenses for audio system improvements in the community room. This will be removed from line item courtroom deed renovation to audio improvements in the administrative community room using GL account number 330-455-67040.
And as many of you who spoke tonight can hope, we hope that this is going to help with the acoustics in this room. So is there a motion on item 3?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wallace, second by Commissioner Waters to approve item 3. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And item 4, consider recommendation from Purchasing and Public Utilities Transportation Committee to approve a contract with Hand Service Company Incorporated in the amount of $489,850 for drilling and development of the Biddy Road production well. This will be budgeted using water capital.
Thank you. Is there a motion on item 4?
Go ahead.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by,
I think I did.
Hancock and
you're
Waters.
supposed to know. Commissioner Hancock, second by Commissioner Waters to approve item 4. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner Maxey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hancock?
Yes.
Vice Chair Waters?
Yes.
Chair Bagby?
Thank you. Yes.
Motion carries.
I don't believe there's any other business to come before the group tonight. We did go into an executive session during caucus tonight to discuss several issues regarding property, personnel, and legal, and no action was taken on those items. If there's nothing else to come before the group, we stand adjourned.
I was going to tell y'all, and I appreciate very much y'all speaking tonight, But today was the first we had heard of this situation, so please forgive us. We had no information about it, so we